fucking hell yeah. We got Grave Next Door on the line. Fuck, that was some badass stuff. Heavy as Texas is one of my favorites for sure. How you guys doing?
Pretty good. Tired.
Yeah, tired.
Hell yeah.
I just woke up.
Yeah, you guys were just from a show, weren't you? Yesterday? Last night?
Yeah, we played a show in Detroit last night. Didn't get back till super late.
Right on.
So I took advantage of my day off and slept all day.
Heck yeah, sounds nice.
Alright, give my brain a break.
Hell
It was a
yeah.
great show.
Hell yeah, you guys.
We had a lot of fun. Took a lot of energy from me.
I bet. I can't wait to see you guys, hopefully one day live myself. I was going to say, you guys could go ahead and introduce yourselves. You're on the Bath of Blood show here, live on Metal Devastation Radio. Go ahead.
What's up? I'm Tony Salerno. I'm the guitarist / vocalist.
I'm Brendan Reeder. I'm the bassist.
Nice.
I'm Patrick Salerno. I'm the drummer.
Right on. Well, welcome,
Both of them
guys.
have fabulous hair besides me.
Yeah? I was
Yeah,
so...
we've got the bedhead look going.
Yeah, I was like, don't worry, it's not a video. I didn't do my hair either. Just slapped it back in a ponytail. Mom life.
Thank God it's not a video.
Yeah.
The visual.
I'm sure it wouldn't have scared anybody away. They can't see us, only we can, or only I can. But yeah, so how was the show? How did it all go?
It was pretty crazy. I mean, we had a few problems run into us, but we all put ourselves together, and I mean, we figured it all out and had a great time.
We had a sound guy quit on us.
Oh boy.
And, we're not technically sound people, so the soundboard was, as far as I'm concerned, was a spaceship control panel to me.
Oh my.
We didn't know how to work nothing, so we were there for like 2 hours trying to
Figure it out.
reconfigure everything. Then we finally got it figured out, thank God.
Nice. Well,
Yeah, it was 3 bands. It was Clean from Flint, Michigan, Solar Monolith from the Detroit area. We've been doing shows for those guys for like 3 years. And then, of course, us from Grand Rapids.
yeah.
And it was great because, we all came together. Everybody worked and to make it happen. It was a good time. And it was an important show because it was a guy that used to work, recently passed at in the Detroit area. He was big in the doom metal scene, named Rob Cedar. So
Okay.
it was kind of like and he used to work there. And of course, he got us our first gig there. And
Nice.
he just recently passed. It was a sad thing. So
Oh,
it was kind of like we were all coming together, So it was a great time.
definitely coming together and make it happen. Sorry to hear about
Yeah.
that, though.
What's that?
Sorry to hear that, though.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, he was a good dude.
You're most welcome.
He was in a band called Toe Cutter out of Detroit, and they were pretty good.
Oh yeah. Never heard of that one.
Yeah.
Gee. So what are you guys doing aside doing your shows lately?
What are we doing besides what?
Yeah, what have you guys been up to besides doing your shows?
A lot.
Getting ready for the next album.
We've right now besides all these shows we got coming up, we kind of took a tad of a break because we were in the jam room focused on writing, and we pretty much have the album all written now, and we just been playing those songs, and on top of that, we're switching our jam rooms around. We're converting a garage into a big studio apartment / jam room.
Nice.
So we're going to have a lot more better of a creative writing space. That's what we're shooting for because we're kind of like crammed up in a small one.
Yeah.
And then we got as far as our album goes, we're getting ready to write it or do it down in Atlanta, Georgia
Oh yeah.
on Halloween is when we step foot in the studio.
Nice.
And before that, we're going on a week tour all the way down Atlanta, Georgia. So we'll be nice and fresh and ready.
I like
Ready to
hearing
rip up
that.
the studio.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I can't
Well,
wait
it's
to
kinda
hear
like
it.
It's kind of like tour started last night because, of course, we have jobs.
Yeah.
So the next 4 weekends, we're playing shows, and it couple of them are, out of state. And then that's like a workup to actually the week and a half being away.
Yeah.
Before we go into the studio. When we started this 5 years ago, my brother and I, we live in this Victorian house next to a graveyard, hence the name Grave Next Door that he came up with.
Right on.
And the ironic part is we just find out that our bass player, Brendan, has a relative in that grave. So, not in the grave, but in the graveyard in one of those plots.
Yeah.
So it kind of like ties him into us even more.
Wow, that's pretty
Thinking
amazing.
about exhuming the body and like making content. I'm just kidding. But anyway,
So don't get the shovel.
so what we did was
I'm all like,
what we
yeah,
did
really?
we live in a residential neighborhood. We took what was our living room and totally destroyed it, making it a jam room, soundproofing as best we can.
Yeah.
And then what happened is, so we lost our dining room, then became the living room, then our kitchen became the dining room, so it's kind of cramped.
Yeah.
So we're really looking to getting living quarters and living spaces back
Yeah.
and having a more designated section, even a part where there's bunks and places for bands that are out of town, touring bands,
Right on.
to stay with us, because people have been so kind to us on the road to let us stay. We kind of want to pay it back too.
That's right
So
on.
we're really excited about that. So we came in about 5 a.m. from Detroit and unloaded. I returned to U-Haul back to U-Haul, and then I had to go meet the guy at the hardware store and get all the material, and we had to work and stuff. So it just never ends.
Yeah, you guys sound really busy.
Yeah, it's like a military operation almost.
That's my house.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, well, that's me with the kids. I run the shop here. But yeah, it sounds like you got a lot on your guys' plate there, and you're still putting out.
Most people have a home. Most people have a home with a heavy nesting instinct that's comfortable.
Yeah.
Ours is the primary mission of the house is to make music,
Hell yeah.
and we're taking back our house.
Right on.
Yeah, we're going to add back the 15 to 30 grand we took off the value of it too. Completely making that room small as shit.
Yeah.
We took like 4 feet off the ceiling, 3 foot off the wall.
Damn.
It's crazy. But
Sounds
yeah, it
crazy.
served its purpose. It was a nice little dark jam room we called the Tomb.
Nice.
Yeah, man, it's a lot of history there. We wrote 2 albums in there,
Yeah.
And one thing is, like, yesterday was a really great moment for us because we found out as we were heading to Detroit, we're going to be playing with one of our favorite bands here right in town, opening up for them.
Yeah, I saw that.
With Weed Eater,
Hell
which
yeah.
is like phenomenal. We were so excited. We really can't wait to bring it that night. I mean, we had no clue we were going to play. I mean, we bought tickets. We were going as fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now we're like, hey, you want my ticket? Because we're going to be there anyway. We get free tickets. So
Hell yeah.
Getting back to the album, Brendan's probably wants to talk about Tommy Stewart and everything. I'm just talking about how Tommy's going to be producing and stuff.
Heck yeah.
Tommy's going to be producing our next album, and what's great about that is that he knows doom metal, and he's going to be able to help us achieve the sound that we're looking for on this album, and of course with creative input as well.
Hell
He's
yeah.
also a fellow bass player, so I'm pretty excited to see what he has up his sleeve for me.
Yeah, he's pretty badass. So are you guys.
We played with him so many times, and every time it's a pleasure to watch him on stage. It really is.
Right on. That's so cool. I can't wait to hear the next stuff you guys put out.
I think a lot of people are going to be surprised.
Yeah.
Because it's a leap. It's a leap from our sophomore try of Sanctified Heathen. Not that there was anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
And I think every artist looks back and wish they redo the first album, and I think that's a natural progression.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, and the one thing though is this album, Tommy Stewart is more than excited and actually into this.
Yeah.
And versus the last guy, it was kind of like, okay, just, come in the studio. This is how much it is an hour, and and he kind of wasn't really into it and everything.
Yeah,
like we
do
tried
your-
to show him some of our songs,
Like, do your thing and get out. Yeah.
And he just didn't want to listen to it. You know, Tommy, on the other hand, every day we're communicating with him back and forth. He knows every song we got so far, and he's talking about all of them. Hey, maybe we should do a lead right here. He's already thinking producer stuff.
Right on.
For like half a year before he even went in there. So I'm really excited that like it's going to be way better of a turnout for us. He's going to be more like a Rick Rubin or a Bob Rock, where he's pretty much like a fourth member of the band.
Yeah.
And we're going to let him have carte blanche on anything he wants to do as a producer, you know, rather than just being there and us have some kind of tight, crazy control. I mean, then what's the use of having a producer?
Exactly.
And one of the things that we're doing in the process with Tommy, and again, this is only our second album, so we don't really know.
Yeah.
But one thing that I like to do, and we like to do as a band, is every live performance we video, and these songs are tested on the road. So they've been tested on the road for upwards of a year before we go into the studio to record them.
Yeah.
And every performance gets emailed to him so he can catalog it and he can see the progression. So he's right there from the beginning to the end of this whole process. And I think that process, I don't think there's a lot of producers that would give us that time and attention and that level into the song. So of course he's the owner of Black Doomba Records.
Yeah.
But I think he's taking ownership of the situation and creative flow also.
Yeah, right on. I like hearing that. That's cool. Definitely cool.
Oh yeah, so we're more than excited about that.
Right on. You got, like I said, you guys sound busy.
Yeah, we are. Like we're busy every weekend, like for the next month and a half, and that's a really good thing because Grave Next Door is a road band, and we haven't been on the road in a while or playing shows. And if you're just practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing and writing, it wears on you, because I think for us, this band, and there's no right or wrong way, but this band has to be out there in front of the crowd, on the road, in the venues, because then otherwise it's just musical masturbation.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Then we're just playing for the imaginary audiences in our head.
No,
and you know what happens when you live in your head? You start to do stupid stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
The audience perceptions on songs, what the takeaways are, you know, what ones they enjoyed the most. That helps create our set list too.
I mean, to me, that's what being in a band is really about, is creating music, you know, than actually going out and presenting it to people.
Exactly.
And going out and leaving your musical mark on the world, you know?
Oh, yeah. I do.
And the road is hard, man. I mean, we've had this is about to be our 5th national tour, and you know, we've had past members. We pretty much thought that bassist was a rotating position or a seasonal position in this band, but now that we're locked in with what Brendan's bringing on his heavy end,
hell yeah,
it's really changed and sculpted the music. It's not the same band as Sanctified Heathen. And what do you think about that, Brendan?
Well, I mean, I've even given my own spin on Sanctified Heathen when we play songs and when we practice the songs and whatnot. It still is a new creative process for me. It's great.
Hell yeah.
I mean, even next week we'll be marking, well, this coming week actually, we'll be marking my 1-year anniversary in the band. And
well, right on.
It's great 1 year.
Happy anniversary.
We've written a lot of good stuff in the 1 year.
Are we gonna have cake? Dude, let's do it.
You better have cake.
Yay!
You better have cake. Have a piece for me.
What flavor do you want?
Ooh, I'm thinking dark chocolate.
He likes dark chocolate fudge.
Mm.
We're gonna mail you a piece of, like, will that make customs? Because you're in Canada, right?
Yeah. I think I'll get it probably ran over or something.
You know, I have a problem. Like, we have fans in Canada.
Yeah.
And I mail them Christmas cards and Halloween cards.
Yeah.
And they always get sent back.
What the heck?
It's like, I don't know, like, what's going on up there with the Canadian Post Office.
What the heck? I don't know. I got a lot of bands.
I'm not going to mail cake if I can't even get a card.
I got a lot of bands that send me stuff from all over the place, from France, from the States, everywhere. It comes through. Maybe those were just unlucky people.
Now, you're with Metal Devastation PR, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, as I am too.
Nice.
You know.
Yay. Yeah.
Are you going to the Tennessee Metal Devastation Fest this year?
Actually, yes. I'm getting everything lined up to go, and I can't wait. Totally stoked.
Well, I'm gonna be there too. Rather than mail stuff, maybe we should bring you some swag and some gear, some Grave Next Door stuff.
Damn, I would love that. That would be so sick.
We gotta sign some stuff. Albums. Yeah.
Don't forget to bring cake.
Yes. Yeah. But we just applied for the festival for next year, so we were the first one last year, which was amazing.
Yeah, I missed that one, unfortunately, but I got to see a lot of the footage from it, and it was so sick. Everything that I imagined, anyway.
I'm thinking we're going to get on next year's, you know, and keep our fingers crossed. I think what Raven and Zach are doing at that Metal Devastation Fest is, like, amazing. And,
I know.
Like, it was a great festival.
Yeah, last year's was awesome. A lot of good bands, great lineup. I mean,
hell yeah.
Crazy time. A lot of good vendors, too.
Hell yeah. I don't know why people want to stop.
I love the whole satanic panic thing going on.
Yeah, that's
I don't know why people want to stop
funny.
people from having a good time. It's just fucking music, man.
Yeah. We met so many people outside the gates and at our merch table that were coming up to us, thanking us for coming there. And I don't know, man. I mean, they really didn't care. Most of those people, I mean, there were pastors that were there who were like, "Hey, man, we really dig your stuff." And I'm like, cool. And everybody was having a great time. There was no, like, drama or trouble. People, like, outside the gates were, like, amazing to us after the show.
Nice.
And it was nothing but a love fest, really.
Yeah,
so,
I love that.
Isn't Tommy going to be there this year again? Yeah, Tommy Stewart, Black Doomba Records, is one of the sponsors.
Nice.
Yeah, you should go by and say hi to him, Vicky.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll try to say hello to everybody.
Now we're going to...
Heck yeah.
And I will be at the Black Doomba Records booth hanging out as well.
Okay.
With Tommy and Laura. See, one thing though that's crazy is like all the work we've been doing.
Yeah.
It's like Brendan just said this will be my year with this band. I feel like he's only been here for 2 months.
Yeah.
And that just reminds me of Tommy said it one time we were playing. He was like, "Yeah, this is Grave Next Door. This is probably like our 30th show with them," and I'm just like, "What the hell?" I'm like, "How many shows have I freaking played?" Like 30 shows already. My God,
doesn't
like the time's going by too quick.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like
I guess
it.
we're not focused on what we did. You know, we're always focused on the next step.
Yes.
Or you know, it's always about having to improve. Like going back on Sanctified Heathen and looking, all right, let's see how this structure of the song was. How could I have done it different? What was the song missing? You know, and
hell yeah.
I feel like we took a lot of those lessons and we applied them to this one, trying to make it more interesting.
Hell yeah, when you're having fun and you love what you're doing, you know, time just flies.
Oh, dude, it goes by too quick.
I know.
And there's that saying, that's why the windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror. I mean, we're not looking back.
I've never heard that one, but I dig that.
Yeah. So it's like wise words from Patrick.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I didn't come up with that, please. Someone else. No. But I think, like, one thing that's different about the band with Brendan, I'd like to go back to that, is he's really the first bass player that took ownership of his position.
Nice.
You know, and he made his parts his.
Yeah.
You know, even like there's certain motions and animated antics that he'll do on stage that just increase it, not only the musical value, but the entertainment value as well. And you don't see that often, because he's not our bass player. Like, he's not just, he's our bass player. I mean, this is his band just as well as us, even though he's been a year, because I mean, time is all relative,
Yeah.
but he made this year his year. You know what I'm saying?
That's so badass.
Yeah, I remember whenever we were looking for a new bass player, the one thing I told myself is I'm tired of just taking people that want to play bass, you know? Like, I was like, I'm going to be so selective. Like, I'm going to look for it all, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, I'm not saying, there are other people that came up and like, okay, maybe, you know, but it just didn't have that thing that I liked. I saw Brendan, you know, when he came in, I'm like, all right, yeah, this kid, he's looking too good to be true right now.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
You know, because he has the look, you know, he has the whole thing. And then when he started playing, I was just like so musically relieved that it was in tune to what I was playing. It was on time. We've had other bass players that were good at it, you know, but Brendan, not only is he on tune and on time, he's doing it within our style, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like I just got some like classic rock bassist, you know, I mean, kind of just keeping along. It's like he's actually digging in there and
Owning
those,
it.
like the same doomy fucking drives, you know, that actually make a doom metal song and
Oh,
stoner
Lord.
rock song.
Oh,
He's
Lord.
the missing piece of the puzzle that this band has needed for years.
Hell yeah.
And you guys are definitely going to hear that on this album.
You're making me all excited.
Yeah, I know. And another thing, so what happened, it was kind of a weird thing that morphed, and it morphed doing one of the new songs that were coming on the album. My brother Tony was at work, and Brendan showed up on time to practice, and so Brendan and I wrote a song. I had some lyrics, and which is funny. So we wrote this song, and Brendan and I wrote the song, and then that's when we realized, hey, there's almost a band within a band, because now my brother can concentrate on his leads,
Yeah.
doing what he does, and Brendan and I concentrate on the rhythm section. And so the rhythm section is really, really stronger than it's ever been.
Fuck yeah.
And being that he was a drummer also in bands, and I'm the drummer, it's like there's this communication that we do back and forth, just with our eyes, just with movements.
Hell
Where I know
yeah.
where he's going to be. We know where each other are going to be at one time. And it's like an unwritten language we have going on while we're playing, and that frees Anthony up to do what he has to do
Oh yeah.
I
on
love
his
that.
end, and it creates the flow.
I would say my whole drive when I'm creating bass lines and stuff is mainly all formed around from what the last album was and what we have played together, because before I had never played bass in a band. I was always the drummer. And
Yeah.
I had just picked up bass a few years prior, hadn't played in a few months, and went and did an audition with these guys, and 5 hours later, they said I was ready for my first show. And that's where the creativity comes from, is because for this next album, everything that we've done, it was stuff that we've worked on previous, so I was able to just build off of that and not have anything, really stopping me in a sort of way.
Hell yeah.
And he's a young dude too. He was only 20 when he joined the band a year ago. And a crazy story was it was his dad's birthday, and we were playing down in the Springwater Supper Club, this very historical club that was once owned by Al Capone. It's the oldest bar down
Nice.
in Tennessee. It was a speakeasy during Prohibition. So we're loading in, we're getting ready to play, and they won't let him inside the building because he's only 20 years old.
Oh, jeez.
And we're like, dude, and this is the night before Tennessee Metal Devastation Fest, and his parents are there. So I pull up on the phone, and I'm a Yankee from the north. The bartender is like, a Southern rebel, and he doesn't like me off the bat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and we're on the road with Tommy Stewart's Direwolf, and Tommy and Dennis are both from Georgia. And Dennis, man, he's an awesome guy.
Love them.
Nice.
Dennis Reed, the drummer. And I pull up, because in my regular day job, I work in the legal field. So I pull up on the thing that says he can enter any establishment that sells liquor in Tennessee as long as it's accompanied by his parents.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't give a crap what the law says on my phone. I go, oh, So now you're making your own laws, sir.
Wow.
I see how this works. And I'm getting nowhere. And Dennis, having the infinite wisdom to be the peacemaker in the situation, he says, let me tell you something. Last week I was with this kid in Brooklyn and Connecticut and Ohio because we were on tour.
Yeah.
He says, we ain't here to start no problem. The guy's parents are here. Why don't you let him play? They were going to run a line out to the parking lot.
Yep.
And he was going to be playing from the parking lot.
That was
with
my
the,
plan.
with the monitor.
Oh my
And
God.
here it is, his parents travel all the way from Michigan. You know what I mean? It's his dad's birthday. His parents are cool as hell.
Play in the
And
parking
I'm just
lot.
sitting here and I'm like, tell me this isn't happening. And now we're forced, like, hey man, if one of us can't play, none of us are playing. That's
Yeah.
the way we are. Well, all for one and none for all, whatever it goes.
Yeah.
You know, 3 Musketeers. And it was Doomstakers. It was just
Yeah.
a funny story. We ended up playing, and he couldn't go to the bar area, like all the stupid things. Oh darn! Yeah, but now he's 21, so we're good.
Yeah. Well,
Well, McDonald's is right there. So,
over here it's 18, so that's a cool part.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like isn't that normal age? You're an adult now.
Well, one thing that's cool about having so young, on bass is before our other bass players, I mean, they move around, but for what you need to do on stage, they're kind of stiff. So I was the one jumping around and trying to be all like
Yeah.
energetic, while the other guys are just sitting there not doing anything. But Brendan did, because like I gotta stay by my pedal board and I gotta stay by the mic.
Yeah.
Like I can't run this side of the stage and run. It's crazy. He's actually moving and making up for all the movement that I can't do, that I need to be by the microphone for.
So it's great
a
to
lot
have
of
him.
that's probably attributed to my pre-show rituals of slamming a Red Bull and a vape.
Yeah,
Get the young one to do it all.
yeah.
But yeah, well, that's cool. And I think I was listening to Zach's interview with you guys when you were talking a bit about that. It was so rad.
Oh, we love Zach. He's awesome.
Everybody does. He definitely is. But yeah, so that's so cool. You guys are just so badass. So another question that I like to ask the bands is any crazy road stories aside that one?
Yeah, we have tons of them.
Oh yeah, tons.
I'll shoot another.
Trying to think of an appropriate one.
We're not appropriate over here. There's nothing appropriate about MDR.
Yeah, so okay, we were at this venue, and Brendan wasn't with us then, and we were at the Buzzbin in Canton, Ohio, and it was just when COVID had let up in May, and it's something they call First Friday. It was the only bar open in Canton, Ohio. It's across from the Football Hall of Fame. So this place is packed to the gills, right? And there's some ladies of the night in there escaping their gentlemen procures, their pimps. And a fight breaks out between a bunch of whores and a bunch of pimps.
Oh boy.
Right? And our previous bass player, 2 ones before Brendan, was a little like, how old was he? Like 19? He was 20. He was or 20. He was a 19 or 20-year-old kid. He looked like really talented guy named James Morick. And he looked like he was 12 years old, literally.
Oh boy.
I mean, like a little 12-year-old boy. And he's never seen anything like this. And he just looks up at me and I'm like, just stay behind the merch table. You'll be fine. There's police out battling, taser, pepper spray, and boards, and pimps in the street and everything. Yeah, so that was a crazy story. I mean, generally we like things to be non-eventful.
Yeah.
And just things to go really smooth.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say is this. If you ever go down, if you ever want to see a real trippy place, go all the way down to the most southern part of the United States called Brownsville, Texas, because that is like it's right on the border, literally.
Wow.
And walk from the border. And the people there are amazingly nice, and there's some wild shit you will see down there at the Texas border.
And we were messing around. My brother started climbing the fences, the border wall.
Yeah.
And he starts setting off the motion detectors. And then I climbed the border. And then next thing you know, all these cars start shooting in from everywhere, wondering why the motion detectors are there.
I'm like, it's time to walk away. Let's go.
It's time to walk away.
Yeah, I mean, we a cool thing to do, like when we're on the road with Tommy Stewart from Tommy Stewart's Diary. Tommy Stewart makes every tour into an adventure.
Nice.
And he does cool stuff like he rented one time he rented the apartment where Bonnie and Clyde hung out. And that was like an Airbnb experience.
Yeah.
And then he was like pointing that stuff out. And then one time we visited the serial killer cannibal, Ed Gein. We visited his grave out in Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah.
We're going back to Wisconsin the 7th and the 8th the 8th and 9th of September. And Wisconsin is just amazing. I don't know what is in the water out there, but they love every genre of rock music you could imagine. The people are so down to earth, so friendly, good Midwestern sensibility, no airs. You know what I mean? None of this hipster bullshit. These people keep it real with you.
Love that.
They either like you or they don't, but most of the time, the most friendliest people. And they rock harder than like almost anywhere else.
Nice.
And it's an amazing. Some places you go, like Texas is the same way. The people are amazing, and we have these pockets of the United States that are just our favorite places to go.
Right on. I've only ever been around Canada. Going to the fest will be my first time going to the States, so yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope I don't get lost, eh?
I have lots of stories I could say, but I'm just not going to over the thing. So, over here to catch me at the merch table on one of my shows, talk to me. I'll tell you some really cool stuff. I'm just not saying it.
Heck yeah.
We love stories.
I'll definitely ask, and I'll definitely be there. I can't wait to hear.
I'm running through them all in my head like, no.
Not that one, not that one. Oh, man. So, I don't know. Do you guys want to do some shameless plugging for yourselves?
Yeah. Speaking of Canada, right now we have someone in Canada working to bring us to Montreal sometime next year.
Nice. I used to live there back when I was like 12. That was like forever ago.
I went there once for Laugh Fest. Laugh Fest is an amazing experience.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So, shameful plugs?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna be next weekend, September 2nd. We're gonna be at White's Bar in Saginaw, Michigan, and then September 6th, we're gonna be in our own town at the Pyramid Scheme with the mighty Weed Eater.
Hell yeah.
And also with Funeral Noise.
Nice. I play them a lot on my show.
Dude, they're like one of my favorites. And then after that, a couple nights later, we're gonna be in Madison. We're gonna be in Four Stool Short in Wisconsin Rapids.
Oh yeah.
With Clean from Flint.
Nice.
And Time to Kill. And then the next night, we are going to be with Karma Bloody Karma, Cold Black River, and Passion Aggression, and Clean from Flint again. And that is going to be and I didn't name this place. I was corrected and told that this is what it's called. So I don't want anybody getting mad at us. The Pollock Inn in Wausau, Wisconsin.
Nice.
So, the neighborhood I grew up in, if you said that, you'd get your teeth knocked out of your mouth.
Oh, really?
You know, yeah, trust me. I grew up in like a very Polish Italian neighborhood.
Yeah.
And you did not say that word without getting your ass kicked.
Oh boy.
So, but that's what they want to call it. That's fine.
Yeah.
And then following from that, we're going to be with Temple the Fuzz Witch.
Nice.
October 19th, we're going to be back in Saginaw again. That's Mullins. No. Yeah, October 19th, we're going to be with Temple the Fuzz Witch, who, by the way, is also going to be
at Tennessee Metal Devastation this year
I
out of
know.
Detroit. Great band. So we're going to be Temple of the Fuzzwitch, and then October 21st, we're going to be back in Saginaw again with Mortal Dark and I think Clean, I'm not sure. And then we're hitting the road. We're hitting North Carolina. There's some works in Atlanta, and there's some works in Nashville right now that our bookers are working on.
Right the hell on. You guys are very busy. Love to hear that.
If you're not busy, you're not doing anything. If you're not doing anything, you're dying.
You ain't living, yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, because there's been so many bands that we've working on since 5 years ago that, like, you know, they're doing this and doing that. Next thing you know, you just don't hear from them
Yeah.
anymore, you know. And then next thing you know, it's like, oh, the band broke up because they weren't doing nothing. They weren't trying to do nothing. You
Yeah.
know?
Or
They just
like,
thought the shows would come and get handed to them, and that's
yeah.
what everybody always asks me. They're like, dude, how do you get all these shows? Like, how are they? Like, what makes them pick you? It's like, we don't pick them. They don't pick us. We pick the venue to call and apply
You
about
keep,
20 different times.
yeah, you keep plugging.
Like, that's not true. What?
No, Richard, my brother has it all wrong. See,
I'm all wrong.
See, here's how you do it, right?
He pulls the
Have you
table
ever-
closer to him.
Have you ever seen Walt Disney?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, like Tinkerbell has that little wand and the fairy dust and all that.
Yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing. What you do is you find the music business fairy, right?
Yeah.
And that fairy, if you ask it, you put your hopes and dreams under your pillows, and then you wake up, and then one day you get signed to a record label, and then you get all these shows and all these bookers, and then a dump truck comes in the yard and it jumps all this money off. You don't even have to do anything or try. It just happens with the magic music fairy dust. And I know this is sounding ridiculous, but there's actually people that really believe that that's almost how this happens. That
I
they
know,
don't have
eh?
to do anything to work for it. There's no grind, no hustle. All they got to do is sit in their room, get really good at their instrument, and then the world will find them. And I wish that's how it worked.
Yeah.
But in the real world, as Mark Twain or Samuel Clemens once said, talent alone is not enough. Thank God. It's a grind and a hustle, like my brother said. I was just being facetious.
Yeah,
No,
that's
he's 100%,
right.
He's 100% right.
Yeah.
And
I was about to say, man. I'm thinking, hey, I was like, what? Where's this fairy?
it's the music fairy.
Yep.
Flying around our yard right now. Dude, it doesn't matter. It's like once you get, it's like, great, you got a bunch of shows. That's great. Now you got to bust your ass to do those shows. Good. Great. You got a record. You're signed to a small label. Well, now what are you going to do for the label? It's a business. And you have to make it advantageous for that label to make money and want to work with you. And you have to be very, non-frictional. You can't get friction on any end, or no one wants to work with you.
That's right.
And it's just hard work. And I think a lot of people have this, and I did, because we didn't know what we were getting into. They have a perception of what being in a band is like, but that perception and reality are oceans apart.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell, man, but you definitely got to work at something if you want to, bring it to a specific level, for sure. I've seen a lot of bands. I've seen a lot of bands in my time here since like about 2014. I started really, getting into the music stuff. I'm on this social platform called Facebook, only just to stay in touch with family far away. And I don't know, I started posting music I liked. And, just supporting bands. I became just supportive, right? And
Right.
a lot of these bands that I've seen all gung-ho about their stuff, I mean, I'm pretty sad that they're not around anymore. It's like they gave the fuck up. They just gave up because...
Everybody's gung-ho about their own stuff.
Yeah,
But it's
I had a band message me...
What can you do to prove and show people that they should care about your stuff?
Exactly. I had this band ask me, oh, so if I come to Canada, you're going to make me famous? It's like, oh yeah, buddy, you and me both. Let's do this.
Hey, you have the music fairy dust too.
Hell yeah. Pull it out my ass. Yeah, it's not. I'm like
One for Canada.
I can't make you famous. It's you got to make yourself famous. Believe in what you do. Keep plugging, keep pushing, and you end up getting what you deserve in the end. Is my point.
Fame is that whole phrase "famous" never sits well with me.
Yeah.
Because that could mean a lot of things, both negative and positive and neutral. I mean, people who assassinate people are famous. People, you can be infamous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But famous doesn't really equate with success. I mean, look, for years, people were going and spreading their, dirty laundry on Jerry Springer or shows like that.
Yeah.
Just to be famous, and I don't think that got them anywhere. You know what I mean?
No.
I think people should be looking to make an impact in their field or their art, and
Make a
rather than
difference.
just for the sake of fame. And I think that's why we have so much trash on TV and reality and stuff,
Yeah.
and the dating shows, and it gets to the point where it's like, what aren't people willing to do for their Warholian 15 minutes of fame?
I know,
Yeah.
right? It's crazy.
But yeah, when someone's like, I want to be famous, I'm thinking well, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, look at bands like Casket Robbery, right?
Hell
Who
yeah.
always, I mean, that band grinds harder than anybody,
Fuck yeah.
right? I mean, well, just as hard as us. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say harder than anybody. We grind pretty hard,
But I know what you mean.
They're always out there. They got the chats. They're always playing.
They're
kind
hungry.
to everybody. They put on a good show. Those guys aren't trying to be famous. They're just where they're at
Yeah,
because they're doing what they do best,
exactly.
and I look at them and I have a mutual respect for bands like that. And hey, that's why you're headlining a festival, because you put yourself in that position through tons of hard work,
Yep.
and you demand that you earned that slot.
That's right.
No one handed it to them.
Nope.
And they're everywhere. And that's why they get added, because they put the work in. You put the work in, it'll happen. But in
Fucking
today's
A.
day and age, everybody's looking for that shortcut. Everybody's looking for that YouTube secret or that hack.
Yep. That's the truth. I've come across so many bands that have failed because of that, It's unfortunate for them, but right on for you guys. You guys are so badass, and I can't wait to hear the next stuff.
We
Can't wait to
want you to hear it.
We're excited for people to hear
And
it.
have us on again. You know what I mean?
Always.
And
Always.
talk about it.
Hell yeah, always and anytime. Anytime. But,
Always a call away.
pardon?
Always a call away.
Always, yeah, and I'm always around. I'm always kicking about. I'm trying to do more of these things called interviews because I enjoy them. I love talking to bands and musicians that really give a fuck about what they're doing, eh? And
Oh, yeah.
it's always a blast when, the band or, whoever I'm interviewing is just as excited as I am. So it's always a pleasure to talk, and anytime.
Can I plug another band?
Plug whatever you want to plug.
I would like to plug our friends. They just came out with an amazing album. They're out of Bayonne, New Jersey, Fire.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And their new album it slams.
I think I listened to that, yeah.
And people need to check that album out. It's pretty much like what Sky Valley was to Caius. That's
Yeah.
what their album is to them. It's that important. I think it's a sleeper right now, and it's not getting a lot of recognition, but that's going to come out eventually. How great that album is, and
Hell yeah.
these guys are geniuses.
Hell yeah! I know I've shared it about. I've listened. I'm trying to support. We'll get it out there.
Awesome, thanks.
Hell yeah! Most welcome, of course. And
Because it's one thing to promote yourself,
yeah,
but I think the music scene gets stronger when you promote your friends.
it sure does. It really does, and that's what I know I'm here to do. Hell yeah!
Yeah,
We get somewhere when we help each other,
Sure do.
Yeah, help each other climb that ladder of life.
we can either do it ourselves or we can all help each other up that ladder, and then it'll be easier for all of us.
That's right. That's exactly how it goes. That's how we roll over here, eh?
We want every band who is our colleagues to go right along up with us.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. Stay.
Like that's what happened last night with the stupid sound system that took hours to figure out.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And eventually we got it. It was sounded great, and everybody came together.
Yeah, it's always great when everybody comes together. I was going to say, where can people find your music?
On anything. Spotify, Apple Music.
Okay.
We sell physical copies of our album
On
Right on.
Bandcamp.com and then the Black Doomba website. You can go on there. You can get stuff along with our merch. We're on every major social media platform there is.
Right
so,
on.
You know, whatever you're on, even TikTok and Twitter, go ahead and look us up.
So we're currently streaming on Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music. In Europe, we're on Deezer.
Nice.
And our physical copies are available in Europe on Plastic Heads in the UK.
Nice. Right on. You guys are so awesome. Thank you for...
Oh no, thank you. We're just three guys that want to play music.
I love it.
And we love what we do. There's nothing special about us, trust me.
And I love what you do too, and that's why it's so badass, and you're so badass. And can I? You're most welcome. Can I ask you guys to make me a station tag?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And
What would
I'm
you say?
something like, this is Grave Next Door, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio. You don't have to say Lady Red's Bath of Blood. It makes it too long.
Okay, do it now.
Anytime that you want. But no, I do want to say I appreciate your guys' time, and, you know, good morning and all that good stuff.
Yep, we appreciate you taking time out as well.
Hell
So
yeah.
who wants to do the radio station identification?
All right. This is Grave Next Door with Metal Devastation Fest. I forgot how to do it.
How about I get a try?
Yep. All right, everybody should try.
This is Grave Next Door, Metal Devastation Radio. Okay, now here's another one. You ready?
Sure.
It's time for your Saturday night bath with Lady Red's Bath of Blood on Metal Devastation Radio.
Oh my.
Great.
I
All right,
love
Brendan,
it.
you do one. You do a cool one. Come on, man. A cool one.
Come on.
Oh, creativity. I know. It's what we're all about.
Hell yeah.
Hi, I'm Brendan from Grave Next Door, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
Fuck yeah. Again, you guys, anytime that you want to talk, I'm here. Just hit me up. I'm around. I'm here to support y'all and help y'all out, and enjoy your music mostly.
Should I
So
do another one?
yes, you can. Go ahead. Go ahead. I love it.
It's bath time. The Blood of Bath with Lady Red at Metal Devastation Radio.
I dig it.
Grave Next Door, baby.
Hell yeah. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
I have a face for it.
I have a face for it.
I'm so glad this isn't video. My anxiety was like, I don't feel like even like wetting my hair.
No, I have a few bands when I get ready to do an interview. They're kind of disappointed that it's not a video, and I'm like, look, buddy, I'm stressed out from the kids. I'm fucking ripped. I don't look that great. I don't want to be seen either.
Yeah.
You know?
Keep eyes open.
Yeah.
I haven't had proper sleep. My face is all puffy.
Aw, go slap some cucumbers on it and take a rest in a bath.
Maybe I need a spa.
Maybe.
That's not it.
Go treat yourself, eh? But yeah, I played
Yourself.
I played Heavy as Texas before I talked with you guys, and I'm gonna play Sand in the Blood next. So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yep.
Two of my favorites. I love them all, but those are two of my favorites.
Awesome. Thank you very much. We appreciate you liking our music.
Oh, I love it. You're most welcome. And yeah, so I'll let you guys go. Again, thank you for your time, and we'll chat soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Have a great day, guys.
Do we hang up or do we listen to the music?
You guys can hang.
Listen to the music.
Yeah, you could stay on the phone with me if you want, but yeah, let's listen to music. But yeah, I'll start you guys in on here and all that good stuff, and yeah, then I'll talk to you guys and I'll let you go. So you're listening to Grave Next Door. Here is Sand in the Blood. Thank you all for tuning in to Metal Devastation Radio. I'll be back and I'll talk to you guys in a bit.